morning, good morning. A beautiful Monday morning. Well, it is here. What's happened? There we go. Okay guys, we're on. Everything is set up. Lovely, welcome to the stream. I am running a bit late. I always do on a Monday, first day back at it, you know what I mean? Yeah, it's a bit after the weekend. So we'll get straight into it. So let's do a top down then. We're going to straight into a top down analysis because we're looking good from what I've seen. So monthly time frame. Now the monthly's still got 12 days left. Okay, and currently the monthly hasn't broke out yet. Okay, not yet. It's still below this zone. And we're still in this area, so at any point this monthly can come down to the downside and flip to the downside, or until this monthly closes out, we're currently still in this zone on the monthly. Okay, now going down to the weekly did actually break out, right? But what I would expect on this weekly is this weekly's got no bottom wick, and it didn't even test previous support, which is here. So I would see price coming down, tap this, even if it wants to drive past these levels. I would imagine that's going to happen. So is it going to happen in this month? And if it does, can we see closes below? And that would be ideal, because that would be then coming back down, which would be much better for us. Okay, so currently we've closed bearish on the weekly now. However, what I would like a top wick on the weekly. So I would like something like this. Top wick, tapping previous support, and then the flip to the downside. Now what we've noticed is we've opened up, we've created a little top wick, and then we flipped to the downside. So you've got to be careful here, because the weekly might come back up to create a top wick, okay, before driving down. Now the dailies, what do the dailies look like? Now none of the dailies tap 2183, and I honestly thought it would have to if it wants to drive down. Now what I've noticed is the weekly did close below this support. However, this daily has got no bottom wick. So what does that mean then? Does that mean we're going to close bullish today? That's potentially what that means. And if we do close bullish, are we going to be closing back above 2158, or close respecting for an S play to come back to the downside? So it's a bit of a, we can take sort of buys or sells. Buys might be a bit tricky, because when I say I would expect price to come and tap 2182, I'm not sure we're going to get it on this daily candle. I reckon this daily candle might just close something like that, and then the new daily comes up, taps, and then either flips there or comes back up to that area. I would like a steeper top wick for the daily, and I would like a steeper top wick for the weekly before coming down. I'm not sure this is the move down yet. I might be wrong, but I'm not sure this is the move yet. So we'll have a look on the lower time frames. But currently, I mean, we're still in this lower range, so therefore we should be coming down, right? But I do feel we could potentially get a fake out here, because we know the weekly needs a top wick. Okay, now what's the 4 hour done? So 4 hour has closed bearish, not much of a bottom wick. There is a minor support here, not much, but there is a minor support. We've got no top wick on this 4 hour, so I would imagine price coming to tap that, even if it wants to drive down. However, that would be the daily flipping bullish. So if we tap that, are we going to carry on? So what I would probably say is we could probably just take buys above 21.57. That would be the daily flipping to the upside to come and give a steeper top wick, hopefully with a fake out. Or could we take a wing back sell from around them levels? Very tricky when you haven't got much ranges to go off. Good morning, Crazy Beast. Good morning, Krish. Eat my breakfast. So, yes, we're in a clean traffic range, but we've got to understand how price moves. The weekly probably needs a top wick. 3 hours bearish, 2 hour we're starting to come back up. 1 hour no top wick and no bottom wick on this hour. Oh, okay, so is this how we're going to flip then? This hour is likely going to flip. We're a bit late on this. We could have potentially took a buy up on that pullback. If this hour flips, then no go. But if this hour pushes down for a steeper bottom wick, we could have potentially took this. It's done it, Anna. It's doing it now. Okay, that would have been nice. So knowing that there's no bottom wicks these on the lower time frame, you know price has got to come back up there. It's either going to push past it or come back to reject. But then you've seen that you had no bottom wick on this one. Okay, then we closed bullish. So we could have just took the hour flip. We could have entered in around these areas off the hour for the hour to flip to give a top wick. That would have been our advantage. We would be risk free. And then if price wants to carry on up, fantastic. If it flips back to the downside, not a problem, because we would be risk free and took our trade. So that's my fault for being a bit late. I was making a latte. Bloody froth on me, Tash. So look, there's the flip on the hour now. So I'm just trying to think if we get a 5 minute close above, where we're going to push next. What is this? It's not very good now. Now this 15's got no top wick, so is this 15 going to stay bearish? Unlikely, because it's now flipped and there's 1 minute left. What have we got to close above this? What a shame, that would have been a lovely trade, that. 15, you do tend to just bomb straight through this zone. You are?
Like 20 quid out of that push up this morning.
Did you? If we can get a 15 close above here and then a bottom wick, we potentially get buy stops up. Okay. Because we've still got 45 minutes left of the hour. The hour's at a bottom wick. It's whether this hour is going to stay bearish, because this hour's got no top wick. So is this hour going to close bearish? But I would need a 15 close above this to take it. It is quite a... But then again, you can just fly straight through it, so just be aware. You can just bomb straight through this range. Ooh, if we get a bottom wick, let's have a look. Maybe a 5. What if we take a 5? You little bugger. Oh, we were close there, weren't we? So we're basically saying that this is the hour flipping to the upside. 2 hour, 3 hours still bearish. The 4 still bearish, and the 4 can flip to the downside at any point. Could we take a wing back sell from 21.56? Well, let's have a look at that. Let's have a look at the 15. So every time, come and tap this area, what happens to price? You can drive straight through. Doesn't pull back much. You could probably get 10 pips, I suppose. But you tend to fly through to... What's this? Let's have a look at this. What is this? Why did that happen? Up. Okay, we could maybe look at this actually. Every time we come up, we have to come back down. Oh, this one didn't quite make it. So it's what this 4 is going to do really, because the 4's had a pullback now. So is it going to reject from these areas? This is a fair support areas, resistance areas. So are you going to reject for me and flip to the downside, which you've only got 42 minutes left? Or are you going to come back up to create that top wick? We are bearish, but you know the daily can flip. I think the weekly needs a top wick. We need a steeper top wick on this weekly. I don't think we can drive. I might be wrong. I don't think we can drive down with that wick. I think we're going to need a steeper top wick. And is it going to happen today? Or and if we're going to get that top wick, where we're going to get it at? Oh, it's 260 pips. Jesus Christ almighty. The 30 minutes is next to close. Well, that's it. When you get a steep pullback, top wick or bottom wick, it just means that you've got more liquidity to drive, to flip and drive. That makes sense. So the steeper the pullback, especially if you break highs, you know then you can, if you flip, you're going to drive because you've broke the highs and you've had a steep top wick. That's all it means really. So this 4, technically, because I don't know where the ranges are, because there's no decent, the only 4-hour range is this one. So I would imagine price, in order to drive down, what tends to happen is you'll get a breakout and then price tends to come and tap previous support, which is just a break and retest, previous support, and then it'll flip to drive. But it won't be able to drive without tapping previous support first. That's what tends to happen. Right. Now, you've had that 4-hour breakout. So if I get rid of this one, that was the actual 4-hour breakout. And then the new candle came back, tapped previous support, and then was able to drive. However, now you've been left with no top wick. And what tends to happen is one candle will eventually come back for that top wick. So whether it's this 4 or the next 4 can tap it, create a top wick for it, and then that could flip to drive. But eventually price will want to come back to that no top wick area. It'll be something like that. So when you see kind of a no top wick, just say to yourself, okay, price is probably going to come back to that area at some point. It might not be in this candle, it might be in the next 3 or 4. Here's a good example here. So no top wick, no top wick. So what you're thinking, okay, you've got a cut with no top wick, even better, because price now, when you get loads with no top wicks, price will fly through that area. None of these came back, but then price came all the way back through, create a top wick, create a top wick. So it's a good sign when there's no top wick, because it gives you a rough idea. We had a perfect entry, well, we've had a couple of good entries on no top wicks where we've entered around the no top wick area. We're close to potentially getting a wing back sell from here, but I'm just cautious because this could be the daily flipping. Because the daily, you think if that 4 gets up there, that means the daily's going to look like that. So is the daily then going to start pushing to create a top wick for the weekly? And if it is, then we might as well buy up. Let's grab some tissues. Beautiful day outside, man. Can't wait for the summer. All I do in the summer is trade in the morning, go to the beach after. Every day we're on the beach. It's great. Okay, no top wick, no top wick. Are we going to come up and tap this? Can't really take a wing back because I'm just cautious of the 4. We might do some. If we get good pushing candles, potential wing back 21.57. If we get good pushing candles to come back down, but we will be aggressive with stops. Okay, so like it'll be like we move the stops as soon as the 5 flips. So we can get something like this: push, 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 up. Ooh. It's my fault really, because if we were on earlier, guys, we would have been in on this hour really, knowing that this hour was gonna flip, because this hour, this one opened up with no top wick and it was down here. So we would have just entered, knowing that even if price carried on down, eventually something's gonna come back to that something, because that means you've got 2 candles with no top wicks, and try and find areas where there's 2 candles with no top wicks, and then I have a look if price came back to it. 9 times out of 10 it comes back to it. What can I do here? I mean, this 15 hasn't broke out as of yet. Okay, you've still got 6 minutes, which is the 30. Can we get a pullback on the 30? So if the 30 closes like this, I'm just cautious of this hour flipping back bearish now. Let's have a look at this 30 range. 30 is like that. So if we get a 30-minute close above here and we get a pullback, we potentially get a buy stop on. Or do we wait for this top wick? Well, we're thinking we're going to have to come back for this top wick, aren't we? That's why. Oh my god, this 30 is not going to close out. Get the tunage on it. Oh, this 30 doesn't actually look like it's going to close out here. Look, the 15 flipping now. Because remember I said the 15 hasn't broke out yet. This is why you've got to be patient and disciplined, because you could be thinking you're missing the move here. And people would have got in on this, panicking, thinking you're missing the move. But 15 hasn't broke out yet. It might do on this 15. You don't have to shoot back up. Every time you come into this range, you tend to just absolutely fly through. Might just wait for the 4. The 4's closing in 30 minutes. Is the 4 going to create a top wick here, or are you going to come straight back down? What's this 15 gonna do? I need a 30 bit break in there, guys. But price can easily fly through this range, like with one candle. Actually, this 30 didn't even break out. What's this here? Okay. Because we've created a top wick now for this 30. Do we need to come more? Looks like we're running out of steam here. Probably going to come and tap 2150 before driving up. Might be a case of we're going to have to wait here. Especially if this 15 doesn't break out. I can't take it either because I'd need the 30 breaking further out. Because you do a pullback here. When you're running out of steam like this, you're going to have to get a pullback. You might as well wait for the pullback. I'm just thinking, could we take potential wing back buy from 2150? So he doesn't tend to we've got a zone there. These tunes are too upbeat. It's not perfect, this, guys, at the minute. 30 might not even break above. Let me find some chill YouTube music. Okay, more chilled. Okay, so we're getting a 30 close in 10 seconds. I did want a 30 close higher up, but now I'm going to have a pullback. Oh, that's even if we break above. Did we break above? No, we didn't. Wow. Okay, I can't do anything. The 30's closing in 30 minutes. Sorry, the 4 was closing in 30 minutes. I would think if we can get, so the 30's close respecting, the 15's close respecting, so potentially this wing back area could be on then. because that's what you need. Is this hour going to close bearish? No top wick, no bottom wick, sorry. We're respecting. Okay, can we tap? I think it would be more like that, wouldn't it? I tend to come and tap this. Tap. Straight back down. That should be enough for us. What the 36 pips, that's alright. I'll take that all day. That's all I've got now. Right, man. I just don't know whether we're going to pop up, because if we're really running out of steam here, we're going to have to tap. Probably going to wait for the 4 to close, guys, but it looks like the 4 is going to close in there around these areas. And then I don't know what the new 4 is going to do, because there's no zones there. It'll be creating a new range. Unless we can get a wing back buy back up from these levels. What are these here? So we came up. I don't know if we can. We did tap it once and came back up. Oh, it's a bloody 3-minute. There's a 5 what comes back down to tap it. Or do we need to come back down for this bottom or bottom wick? Anybody caught anything this morning already? See, I've got no data to show me that you come up and then you come back and tap and come back up. So nothing's showing me. All I'm seeing is when you get closures above here, you're driving straight through. Who's that? Jace. I couldn't hear you there, Jace. You were breaking up. Yeah, you're breaking up, mate.
Yeah, I caught a buy.
Caught a buy?
Yeah,
oh.
Little one.
Yeah, cool, mate. Cool, cool, cool. We're gonna have to wait. Probably gonna have to wait for this 4. But it's probably not gonna help us because the 4. You think if the 4 closes bullish like this, what does that mean? We haven't closed respecting anything. We haven't closed breaking back into anything. It's just hovering. But what we do know, this is now a minor support at 21.47, but doesn't meet anything else. What's going on with these tunes, man? So 24 minutes, the 30 didn't break out, the 15 didn't break out. If we can see price struggling, 15's probably going to have to come back down, but we're bullish. Now, there's not going on for me at the minute, guys. Is the new 4 going to just do this, basically? Bottom wick. And come back up like that. And then do we have to wait for another 4? I can't do anything until I at least tap previous. Because this is basically a break, retest to come down. But I do think we need a top wick. I probably need to break the highs. Mason, you gotta go, man. I'm sure we'll catch something though. See, I don't know if this is just a break into this area. There's a minor support to tap this to then come back up. Be a nice head and shoulders, if that's how you trade. So if we're going to get that, we can't sell down because we're bullish, but I'm not 100% with these ranges because we haven't got much data. If I was 100% sure that this 15 had closed respected, and it was quite a strong zone, then yeah, we could potentially sell down. It would only be to 21.50, 51 though. Monday morning. You always expect Mondays to be sort of slow, but we've had some good Mondays recently. So what's this 30 gonna do here? Can't do anything till it's 30. Be back in a second, guys. tap that area. Okay, so let's see if we close back in. It's a nice big 5 pushing candle, that mind. No 5 top wick. Sucking me in. Are we going to get this? This is what I was thinking we could get. This tap, pull back up. But you've got no top wick on the 5 as well, so do you need to come and tap that? That would have worked out nicely, look at it. It would have been risk free now. 4, 6 pips. The 30 is going to close in 17. 2 minutes for the 15 to close. Yes. 1 hour. See, we did say, is this 1 hour going to stay bearish because it's got no top wick? So if it does stay bearish, what does that mean? It means nothing. It's not. I've got no ranges to go off. I've got this to look at, and it doesn't look like anything. Doesn't look like anything. So really difficult at the minute. It's an area where we don't have a clue what it's going to do. 4 is closing in 16 as well. A 5 would have been nice. Fuck. Sorry guys, that would have been nice. Another reason why you could have took this 5 is, if you look at the previous 5, it's got no bottom wick. And then this opened up with no top wick, so this was pushing down. You know it's going to have a top wick. And more likely it's going to close bullish because the previous candle's got no bottom wick. Look what it's doing. Is the 15s going to come down, or are you going to get a 15 break above? You've got to be careful taking 15 breaks above as well, because this one has a little fake out to the upside, broke above this high and then just plummeted. So you could get that as well, or this time you could tap and then go. I think if we wait for the 4 in 15 minutes, see which way the 4 opens up first. So if it pulls back first, and it pulls back decent enough, we could potentially look to get stops on the other side of it, or we'll wait for a smaller time frame break above to create a steeper top wick. If the 4 opens up and pushes up first with no bottom wick, then we potentially look at these wing back sells. Yeah. But there's really nothing we can do at the minute. We've missed 2 potential trades, really. We've had 2 potentials. I'm waiting to move out to probably start getting into the gym. Should move in 2 weeks. I know I've been saying this for about 2 months. But got some exciting stuff coming with Relentless, guys. Have a look at who we are, what we do. Look how we were created. We're not an MLM, so you don't get commission when you get people on or anything like that. If that's what you think, we're not an MLM. People are here literally just to learn to trade. I do like this 30. Look, this 30. No top wick. It's very risky at the minute taking this. So no top wick and no top wick. Is the 30 going to pull back? Guys, look at that end. That would have been lovely. That. There's your 10 pips. We actually closed down there on the fives. Anybody got any questions, guys? Any questions at all? While we wait, Born's just 90% waiting, 10% execution. We've waited hours and hours just to grab 10 pips. Unfortunately, that's just what it is. Well, especially the way I trade. You might trade different. I think I've found we've got an editor now. Who can, well, I say I found something what can really help with the short videos and that from YouTube, because that's our issue really. We haven't really got the reach, the brand awareness, if you like, because we're not on MLM. Is this 5 gonna flip? Ooh, it's now got liquidity to drive up. Can't take this though, guys. I'm just going to wait for the 4 now. 11 minutes, you might as well. But the thing with the 4, I don't know what. It all depends on how it opens up. Because even if we, let's say, this 4 did a break back into a range, where's the forward range? Well, for me, the forward range is here, 21.57. So it hasn't broke back in, it's just closed bullish, so it's currently hovering. It's now created a new range. You know, you could go something like that. These are minor support there, but it doesn't even fit. Like, it's not even the best of fits. But you like that now, really, on the 4. So, technically, we should get a bottom wick and then flip to come and fill the range. That's what technically we should get. That's what I'm saying. If the 4 opens up with no top wick and pulls back first, potentially look for the flip to come back up. Either small time frame break back to the high or just buy stops off it. I don't know whether that would take a wing back sell, a buy, sorry, for me, I don't know. I mean, look at them 15s. No top wick on this 15. The 5's closed bearish. Can this 5 pop? 5 closed respecting. Okay. Oh, broke out on my MT4. Okay. Interesting to see what this does. What is the 4 going to do? So, to gauge what tends to happen with the 4, how can we work out if it's going to pull back first or open up and push up first? Well, the way we can work it out is what is the 5 doing? So, for example, if the 5 has broke out and then that's the 4 closing, then technically you're probably going to carry on and fill that 5-minute range first. That means the 4 is going to push first before the pullback. If the 5 had closed respecting or closed below and broke out to the downside, then you're probably going to get a pullback first, aren't you? So, for example, we've got 2 5-minute candles left before this 4 closes. So, if this 5 closes like this, the next 5 should technically come and fill the next range, which is this. And if that 5 closes above there like that, you've broke out. Therefore, the 4 is likely going to push up first to fill the range. But this one I'm seeing what tends to happen, not all the time. Look at that entry, though. That would have been beautiful. I'd really, very, very risky taking something here, guys, at the minute with the 4 hour closing. What's nice though is I think we're going to get that 15-minute breakout. We are. So we're going to get the 15-minute breakout, but I need a bottom wick, and then we can maybe get buy stops above. Okay, that's as long as this doesn't drive, because there's times where price does drive through this area here, drive straight through all the way up to 21.58. So we can actually drive through. So no FOMO. There'll be plenty of trades this week, especially with the way prices are closed. Look at that 5 candle. Ooh, we're powering here, guys. Look at that. We've still got one more 5-minute candle here. See what this 5 does. Oh, it's rejecting. Who's in? Someone will be in. Somebody will be in. Oh, 5 opened up, didn't break this high. Oh, this could drive here if it's going to drive. The lovely 5 close. What's the 4 going to do? Is the 4 going to push in the last 5-minute candle, which we know it can do? You don't want the 4 closing up there, you see, so you can't really take this wing back sell at the minute. Because if the 4 closes up there, that means you've got more reach. The new 4 could just go. The 5. Okay, so what is this 4 gonna do? I mean, if we get a 5 close below 21.52, is that the 4 gonna be pulling back? And how far are we gonna pull back? We're likely gonna come back to 21.50. could we sell down? Or if we get a 5 close above, then we're likely going to come and fill the range at 21.57. So could we buy up? There's the 5. We're just hovering in a range at the minute. We probably need to come fill this range. It's a 2-hour close bullish. I need a pullback though to buy up really, guys. And it might not, it might pop up first. Well, back in a second, guys. We're waiting for this 4 anyway. Okay, 4's closed. What have we done? I don't know. Let's see what this is gonna do. Okay, the 4's closed. We're pushing up with no bottom wick. Gonna be a tough one, this, guys. See, in order to take buys, I'd probably need a bottom wick off the 4. Because the 4 hasn't... Yes, it's closed bullish, but it hasn't helped us at all. Like, what's going to happen now? It's... Yes, we've got no top wick here. But the range on the 4 now is this. This is the range on the 4. So therefore, where should we be going? Well, we should be coming up to fill the range. Yeah? However, we know how price works. The 4 needs to have a bottom wick and then flip bullish. So if I can get a bottom wick on this 4, we could potentially get buy stops above it to come up to fill the rest of the range. However, we're bearish on the daily, so we've got to be mindful of that. We broke out on the daily, so the daily could push further before doing that, so that's a bit risky. But also, on the other hand, we're saying that, well, the weekly needs a steeper top wick. So is this the 4 coming back up? So it's not very nice at the minute. What a tune, what a tune. Rhythm of the night. Guys, if you watch on YouTube, drop us a like, subscribe to the channel. Good morning, Vin. Good morning, FX Snipe. Drop us a like, subscribe to the channel. Today's probably not looking that good. I mean, we've missed 2 potentials, but we could just trickle up here, guys, like this. And this is just not nice. I'll give it till about 9:30. I need to see. I want to see what this daily's going to do, basically, because this daily. So the daily's actually broke out, but the weekly, for me, needs a steeper bottom wick before I start. Winston. The weekly needs a steeper top wick in order to start taking sells down. I don't think this is the move to push down yet. I think we need a steeper top wick. So I might be wrong, but I can feel that this daily is going to get a fake out. I think this is going to be a fake out. And why do you think it's going to be a fake out? I'm not thinking, I'm not feeling, even though I keep saying them words, because this daily's got no bottom wick. So what tends to happen is when you've got no bottom wick, the next one tends to close the opposite. So I can see this daily closing bullish today. So I don't know if we're going to get a lot of volume up and down. I think we might just consolidate round here and we close bullish. But it's whether we close Nestle. So Nestle would be closing like that, not back into the range, which is fantastic because it'll be straightforward tomorrow. Top wick, flip to come and fill the range, because you've got confirmation that you're not closing back in. You've got rid of this no bottom wick. Or if it closes back in, then that'll confirm that the weekly is coming to create a steeper top wick. So then, fairly straightforward the next day, bottom wick, you know you're bullish. But at the minute, we've broke out, it's Monday, we've got no bottom wick, and the weekly needs a steeper top wick for me. So this is probably one of them days where you just come back tomorrow. It's got a bit more, which I know it's hard for you, because I know you're jumping on the stream and I want, we all want to catch a trade and make some money. Sometimes you just gotta wait. No bottom wick on this 4, and we could just trickle up. Now if we get a 5 close out, I can't even take that because you haven't had a bottom wick of the 4. Because the reason why I'm saying I might call it a stream at 9:30, because you're gonna have to wait for the 4 hour, the new 4 hour in 3.5 hours. Oh, sorry, 4 hours, because you need to know if the 4 is going to close bearish or bullish, and is this 4 going to close back in the range, or is it going to close respecting? We need to know what this new 4 is going to do. That makes sense. And the last thing I want to do is stay on the stream just to get my algos up. Yeah, and to have longer lives and waste everyone's time, and even my time, when you might as well just get on with your day. And remember, you don't need a trade every day. That's where people go wrong. They feel like they need a trade every day. You don't at all. I mean, if this 4 opened up and pulled back first, yeah, we could potentially have buy stops on coming up. What did the 2 do? Did the 2 close back? And the 2's closed respecting there. Yeah, I don't know if we're just going to trickle up like this, guys. Look, that was a 2 hour candle. 2 hour candle. Not really liking it at the moment. Any questions? Anybody got any questions? Does everyone understand sort of how I trade? If you don't, actually you don't get access to the advanced, but if you're just starting out and you've just clicked on, we have a free basics course, which is now available on our website. Hit the link tree button. But also, if you want to do the Meraki course, the way I teach, you can get access to that. It's £75 a month subscription, no contract, no cancellation fees. So you can literally pay £75 for 1 month education. Do the full Meraki course, get as many one-to-ones as you want with the likes of myself, Vic or Andy. Get access to all the members and how they're getting on and speak to them. Also, we've got some nice things getting added soon, including with that subscription to make it a bit more nice for everyone. So that'll be coming out soon as well. So yeah, that's what you can do. Again, access that via the link tree button. Take a look at that. You can also get access to this nice, sexy looking logbook. Yeah, we're doing pretty good so far. We've had 100%. We had 100% November when we started streaming. 83.33% in December, still profitable. And then we had January 100% month. February we actually took a full loss, and that full loss was the second last trade of the month. So it was typical. Otherwise we would have had a nice profit that month as well. And then March we're massively up so far, 100% win rate so far. And you got to look at the amount of trades we've took as well. We haven't took many trades at all, not many at all, just because the market isn't showing us. And then the profit wise, look at the profit wise and the pips we've caught still. That's what I'm saying. When you first start trading, you feel like you need to trade, and I think that's where traders go wrong. And the reason why I feel like that's where traders go wrong, because that's what I used to do. I used to trade. I used to feel like I need to trade every day, otherwise I wasn't making any money. That's what I felt like. You don't. One trade a day can bring you. You've just got to get the point where you know you're consistently profitable over a long term. If you look at this, you think we weren't profitable in February, so you might think, okay, well, I wasn't profitable in February. In one full month I wasn't profitable. Some people, if they didn't have a logbook, they'd be sacking that strategy. Like, well, I was down at the end of the month. Yeah, they look for new strategies or they look for new mentors or whatever. But it's got to be over the long term, yearly if you like. As long as you're profitable, then you can make a lot of money, really. Because all you do then is you start adding accounts to your source of trade. That's all I do. So I did used to just trade a 200k funded account, right? And then I'd copy to my other accounts. However, when I started streaming on YouTube, I wanted my FX book and the logbook to all match up so I can be transparent with everything. And nothing comes on this logbook what I haven't taken on a stream. And there's been streams where I've said, okay guys, I'll be looking at getting in on this, but I won't put it on my logbook, but I'm going to have to go. We close the stream, you've caught trades, and I haven't put it on the logbook. Yeah, because I want it all to match up. And every trade we've took, you can actually watch it back with the links, with the YouTube links. Okay. Why isn't that long YouTube link? What day was that? I need to put that in. So yeah, so what I do now is, this is actually, the account I'm trading off now is actually a demo. So it's a demo because I needed a long term demo without doing any withdrawals to grow the account. Yeah, and match it up with my FX book, and then everything just looks nice. You can see the growth in a year, and then that just copies over to social trader and goes to all my different accounts. Because once you're consistently profitable, you just keep adding accounts. You just keep adding accounts to it. You're doing the same thing over and over again on that demo account, and you just add accounts, loads and loads and loads. So when I say I've made, I don't know, this is to give you a rough idea money wise. So let's say I made 1,500 quid, or even the lower amount, $198 there. Right, it was hardly anything. Okay. However, that's copied over to like 3 other accounts at all different sizes, 200Ks. Do you know what I mean? So it's not $188 I've made, it's copied all to my other accounts. One of my live accounts as well, I risk a lot more. So, and that's just the way I do it. That's what works for me. It might not work for you. If this comes up and taps this, guys, which it looks like it's gonna, I'm probably gonna call it a stream. I can't even take wingbacks here because you're bullish on the 4 now. Yeah, you might as well just... What time are we on? I'll give it till 9:30. See if we can get some aggressive moves. And what I mean aggressive moves, if this 4 can maybe pop up to 2161, potential sells from there, but if that doesn't happen, then yeah, okay, I'll be back in a second. I mean, this 4 still got no bottom wick here, but for us to take a wing back, we can't take wing back sell here because of the reach. It's like Stretchy Armstrong. Remember Stretchy Armstrong as a kid? He used to stretch his arms. Yeah, that's the way I look at price. It's so if the 4's closed here, Stretchy Armstrong, his arms can only stretch so far. Right, and if they stretch so far, eventually he's gonna have to retract. So it's trying to work out how far away is this. So let's say if price pushed from here and came to here, yes, it might start retracted. But now that price is closed there, it's closer. It's easier to push past this now, this area, push to the next range, and then retract. So that's the way I look at that. When I get my new house, guys, I'll be on earlier, don't worry. Oh, look at this pushing candle now. Nice. Yeah. See, at any point it could flip because I don't know if this 4 hour, I don't know where this 4 hour range is. The 2 hour actually closed respecting. So at any point this could flip to the downside. I think you're gonna have to wait for another 4 hour close, I think, or you'd need a bottom wick. So you'd need, yeah, to take buys up, you'd need a bottom wick. Oh. No bottom wick here. Hey, where you going? Where you going? Is it going to flip or are you going to carry on? We know these 5 and 15s can actually drive all the way through to 2161. That's the only thing I would take at the minute, 2161. Just because it's the furthest away. But I do think there's not much volume. When I say that, we've just had a lovely pushing candle. So I'll be on every day this week, I believe, guys. And then I should be on every day the week after. And then I think I'll be moving into my new house, so I will have a week off. So there will be a week where I'm sort of moving over and getting everything sorted. And then, because the nest isn't even done, it's like a outhouse in the garden where the nest is going to be, where I trade from basically. But obviously that needs doing, so I need to build it, insulate it, make it all nice and fancy, get my LEDs up, because you know it's not a trading den until you get the LEDs up. That's the rule, isn't it? To be a trader, you've got to have LEDs. That's like the rule. So this setup will be in the house until that's done. So I'll keep you all updated though. I don't even think there's any point in waiting here, guys, because the 15, even if the 15 closes up, there's nothing I can do until the hour. But the hour, even if the hour breaks back into this range, you then need a bottom wick still on the 4. You'd have to probably wait another hour. Yeah, any questions, guys? Because I'm going to go. There's no point sitting on here. I don't want to waste your time. I don't want to waste my time. I'm not here to build up my algorithms and stuff like that. I'm here to trade for myself. If people want to join me, by all means, you're happy to join me. But there's just no point. We're just wasting everybody's time at the minute. I would need a forward close to touch anything at the minute. If I do see anything, I'll drop it in the trade ideas. I probably will trade New York. I'll see. But other than that, any questions before I go? No? Okay, guys, if you watch on YouTube, do me a favour. I appreciate you being on. Drop us a like, subscribe to the channel. Be much appreciated. Other than that, guys, I'll see you tomorrow. Hopefully, if you're trading today, good luck. I hope you catch some pips, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Alright, see you later, guys.